MERKABA sessions, okay, straight up. So I'm going to show you guys this portal. I want you guys to take a look at this with me. And I'm going to get it on here. My memory on the phone is full. So what am I talking about? Portals, look at this. Let me back up, okay? This tower is right on the line of the 32nd and the 33rd northern parallel meridian that runs the span of the entire Earth. This area was so, unique and special for whatever energetic properties or others that it had. Some would say in like a dimensional context that this is where the angels are said to have fallen from heaven on Mount Hermon, that if I went in east or west in either direction on this line, which that's George Bush Turnpike, I would wind up at Mount Hermon in Libya. It's right on the other side of the border of Israel right there. And what I want you to know is there's a series of underground facilities all along this line around the entire Earth. If you want to check that out in Libya there at Mount Hermon, just type in Mount Hermon, UN base, Mount Hermon, yeah, and it'll pop right up, and it'll take you there, and you can see it. And you can actually see the skull of a giant there. If that doesn't sound far out, that's probably good. That means you're a little bit awake. But look at this spin. Last night was really good. I can bring it out here. That's when I tilt down to the 33rd. You can see the spin there. It's counter-rotational, okay? That is my light body that can project everywhere. You can see me doing this with a satellite. We're turning stuff over all over the place with this. And it's just a spirit walk, and it's cool to share it with y'all because this is a healing thing. Let it heal you, because it's beautiful to see this spin. Look at that. Oh, God almighty. I can feel that coming right out of my solar plexus. When they say that a chakra is a wheel, I mean, I feel like a balanced, unified energy coming out of me right now, right there. And it's more than just right there, though. When we run this through the network with like a spectral analysis with these filters that we have, it is awesome because you can see, literally, you can see demons and other things that are integrated into this network. I want you guys to think about the prince of the power of the air, which is what Satan is called by Paul in the book of Ephesians. And this tower, let me describe a process to you that is geodesically placed here on the key node right there of Earth energy. That tower is not only integrated into the communications tower network, but also to a fiber optic network, which they're just different components of the same thing. But no, we haven't really gone there in a public context. I've talked about this considerably for years, and it's not just me, but all I can say is this has been like a revelatory experience for me, and I'm grateful for it. But the way that water falls down causes a vortex. That's how a water tower is designed. If you don't know that, there's a pump down at the bottom. It pumps water up. When the faucet comes on, it lets the water out. The gravity pulls it out. It's not a pump that pushes it to your house. It's the gravity from the height of that tower. That causes a vortex. That's the design of a water tower, you guys. And so what that does is it dissociates space-time. It's a real rudimentary, fundamental way to have a vortex of energy right there. And when you do this on key nodes of the network, and then you tie in this artificial system with the fiber optics, it becomes really the essence of prophecy that we see. I haven't seen it anywhere else other than the Bible. It might be out there. And, I'm not some religious fanatic, but when you read Revelation 15, it says that there will be victory for those who stand on the sea of glass mingled with fire. That's fiber optics. And, we talk about 666, the mark of the beast, the image of the beast. Listen to me, guys. If you acknowledge the fact that www is the sixth letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and you think that this internet thing is this beast, the next step for you to understand is the sea of glass that glows of fire talked about in Revelation 15, because that'll unlock all of the secrets for you as it relates to the pineal function. Listen, if it's talking about the forehead and the hand, what am I doing right now? I'm holding this thing in my hand, and I'm using my pineal function in conjunction with this network that utilizes it through fiber optic technology. Whether they tell us this or not, the symbology's been there for decades. And this was the technology that they said that they first found at like Roswell and these other places where there's supposed to be UFO activity, which, by the way, the 33rd degree is known to have. Look at that spin. I just, oh, God, it feels good. Look at that. Oh, man, so awesome. You've never, listen, this is not fake. That's me. That's bilocation is what that is. And it's something that we're all capable of doing. And that's why I want to show you. Look at the points. If you look at my profile picture, you can see the points more accentuated there. That was at Sedona, Arizona at the Call of the Wild. Look at, oh my, I haven't ever seen it like this until recently. Look at that. I can feel that. Look at that spin is so fast. You can't even barely see the points, but you can see them. Look at the top. Look at the top. You can see this. Look at the spin, y'all. That is so cool. It's a humbling thing to share that with you because we're really kind of looking at this together. Just the videos that I've put out in the last night's the first time I've seen it do this right here. I was brushing my teeth. I turned the camera on and here it was. So I want to show you these portals, the portal tech. This is important because this system, that vortex that I just described will pop out. I just did a video where they were here. It's kind of a responsive system. And it looks like it can be used for good. It's kind of like Ghostbusters or something. Like when it's like it sucks these entities in. And when if you go to this location, I'll make those coordinates available, and you can see the other videos that I've put out of that place with just Google Earth, and you can see that there's an effect within the fiber optic network through the satellite system that's pulling things into this temporal dislocation zone right there that I'm reacting to with this. I can just feel that so hard, and so I hope that's cool. I hope that helps you guys. It should be something that heals you. Look at it. It really is, and it doesn't hurt me. You're pulling right out of the earth too, right there. It's a system. Look at that. It's coming right out of me. Look, boom. It really is, and so that's neat to share that, guys. And there's probably others that can see this and come to it. And I think that this is kind of like a light. It's kind of like a beacon because this is something that we all certainly was known, and it's written about in the Bible. MERKABA means light, spirit, body. It's MERKABA, and it's Hebrew, and that's what it means. And there's the three parts. So that's I am so humbled to see. I haven't ever seen an example of it illustrated like that on video. Straight up, I haven't. And these things will come flying in. And it's battle time. I'm serious. Like there's astral projection. The Nephilim are capable of doing this, and almost, the majority of the real UFO experiencers have dealt with this to some degree. And when we look at the people say they were abducted by the Greys, I could show you gray heads embedded in this, volcanoes out here, and these are the other gates of hell, really, that are written about. It says it in the Bible. Jesus says it to Peter. That flesh and blood hadn't revealed this to him, but it was his Father in heaven. And basically the kingdom, the gates of hell shall not prevail against the kingdom of God. This portal will probably open up in here in a second. I just put it out. You can see it. Go ahead and see it on some of these other videos. It's blue or purplish, like almost a lavender. And it pulls out, and it has that same, right there, circle pattern that's kind of horizontal or cubish. And you will see an oscillating diode of lights go around it. That's a method of propulsion. It's a method of interdimensional travel, and it's real. And you don't know if these guys are friendly or not. And I'm not that worried about it because I've got to tell you, that spin, it just chops them up. It totally disintegrates them. That right there, it does. And so you can see that in the network. Go back and look at some of these other reels that I'm doing. This guy changed course real quick. What the hell is that? Let's take a look at this guy. Is that just a plane? Because they'll have this oscillating thing. Maybe it is, but sometimes these things are good at cloaking. There's holographic technology out there, and so it's hard to differentiate if you know the technology and what's really going on, particularly on a Laridus. With a line like this, you guys see that? That's the rotational vortex coming out of that water tower that you can see as it working with the electricity from a power delivery site that is right there. Look at that green coming in behind it. Guys, have we ever seen anything like this? This is the real shit right here. Excuse my language. But we're looking at a network. We're looking at spiritual warfare in a digital network. And this is something that has been written about in ancient times. John of Patmos wrote about this. He said that those who stand on top of the sea of glass that glows of fire will have victory over the name, the number, and the image of the beast. And let me tell you, when this system propagates waves out of it, we perceive it. Our pineal gland, this is a pineal interface in the system. And if you're not aware of it, it's going to use your ability to create, to bring things into physical manifestation that you're barely even aware of, that you're functioning on that level. And that's the image of the beast. And you know, if we're cognizant of it, we can beat it. We beat this thing. And this thing here, look at that cube, dude. And it's got the same shape as that portal. Look at that cube. Have you ever seen that before? Oh my gosh, dude. Lord in heaven, look at that thing. And that's these systems are made to do that. And they'll holographically project. It's like a transformer or something, I'm telling you. Look, it's not a plane, though. It's not. This is another level of dimensional existence right here on the 33rd degree parallel, truly. And so this was an area that, again, that's always been known. So I want to keep it short. I'm going to run this through some of the filters, and you guys can see whatever is out here that we might not be able to see. I want you to get back. Let's take another look at this portal, okay? And let's take a look at the water tower right there, and let's get this process down, okay? There's a vortex coming from the top. It spins down. You've all seen it at the drain, right? Or you're standing by the river and the water's fast, and there's a little inlet right there, or the rocks get close together, whatever it is, and it's spinning, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing, but it's connected to a fiber optic array right there in a tower network. And guys, there's a series of mounds right there. If you haven't seen it, go look at my pictures. You can see, I'm out there talking to the guys at the mound. It spooked the shit out of this guy who was the spokesman for a cult. I mean, he was so scared when I pointed out something that we've already identified with this graffiti that was on one of the dumpsters. He was so defensive. He was lying his ass off. I don't believe him for a second. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But I'm going to show you what's behind this on the other side of the parallel now, behind me, going to the north in just a minute. And so I wish I could pull up my screen to show y'all, but I guess it won't do that, will it? I can try. Let me see.